Last week, I set myself on a mission to scale my digital coaching business to $20,000 a month within just few weeks. And on the first week, the results were quite decent. Ended up signing the client in for $3,000, and that is the split payment. Would you? $3,000. Will the results just keep rolling in and we might have to set another goal? Or will we end up facing a bunch of problems trying to reach that goal? Well, let's find out.
So here's the plan for week 2. 1. Book at least 6 calls. 2. Close at least 2 of them. And 3. Do more story call to actions. So let's get to work.
So if you remember from the last video, I had a call set on Monday, which is today. So the first thing I'd have to do is jump on a call and perhaps close them. But honestly, I've been thinking, if I don't close that prospect, I actually wouldn't be upset at all, because I would just kind of feel underwhelmed to achieve the goal very quickly. I wanted to, take some time. I want to have problems that I would need to fix. But I don't know, maybe the prospect will be willing to pay a lot of money to work with me, and maybe I will just take on the client. But let's see.
As I was waiting for my sales call, I had to take a look at my tracking sheet to begin the week with some decision making. And honestly, based on the numbers, it seems like we might have to put up a new ad. But it's also a great idea to test new angles and see which one brings in the lowest cost per booked call.
Perhaps I'll do that if the current ad that I'm running goes down in performance. So I guess we just have to see.
But now was enough time thinking, and it was time to get ready for my sales call. So I had to go and prepare for it.
Conference call here, script there, and if you need this sales script, you can just hit me up on Instagram and I'm more than happy to send it to you. Honestly, I don't even need a sales script. I just have this on hand just because why not? I've done this so many times to the point I know what to say, how to say it, when to say it. The script is just here. It happens naturally, you get me. But anyways, I will get back to you right after the sales call and tell you how it went.
Later.
Okay, so the prospect that I talked to was a great person, but there was a problem. Despite going over all the sales objections, the prospect wanted a payment plan of $500 each month. Now here's the thing, when I do payment plans, I only do split payments. So you pay $1,500 now and then the rest of the payment next month. But they wanted to pay $500 each month. Now keep in mind, the program is for 3 months. So if they pay $500 each month, by the end of the program, they would have only paid $1,500. I know for a fact if I did fulfill their wishes and give them the payment plan, they would have ditched me completely and not given me the rest of my money. Which is why, despite me being a good fit for them, I had to decline them because they weren't a good fit for me.
But I came up with a plan to have more serious people come on the call. I decided to create a set of Instagram stories with a call to action. This way I encourage more serious people to take action.
So I'll create a set of stories and I'll post them tomorrow morning, and hopefully that brings us some traction. So I will see you tomorrow. Okay, so a bit of news. The current ad that I'm running has kind of slowed down in performance. It's fine because sometimes it takes a bit longer for an ad to get out the learning phase and for it to fully understand what type of prospects they want to serve you.
But I personally wasn't gonna wait for the ad to get out the learning phase, so I got straight into crafting up the stories so I don't end the day with 0 booked calls.
So I finished crafting up the stories. Here's what they look like. So all I have to do now is put them up and hopefully we get some motion.
But tell you what, I felt kind of generous, so I thought I would share with you the type of stories that you can post to book more calls.
I know that this won't work on a fresh account. If your account has no followers whatsoever, then do not do this. You need to at least have anywhere from 500 to 1,000 qualified followers to do this. But now enough yapping and more education. Story call to actions can come in different forms. I'll tell you 2 common ones that you probably see every day from your favorite gurus, and I will tell you 1 uncommon one that's very indirect. So first off, let's start with the common ones. The first one that you might see is the offer call to action post. This is a straightforward story, no hushing around. You're being completely direct with the person who's watching it. And it goes like this. I'm looking to help 5 more people to go from point A, which is the pain point that they might be facing, to point B, which is the desired outcome that they wish to go to. So if you're someone who's serious about achieving blank outcome and want to experience the following, and then list out at least 5 things that your ideal customer would love to experience, then just DM me the word whatever it is. It could be scale, health, balance, reset, whatever it is, to learn more. And as a bonus with this type of story, it usually works best when you have client results, but you don't have to worry about that. Now, the second most common call to action story is the client result story. And here's the thing, you don't need to worry because this also can work in a different way if you don't have any client results just yet. And I will explain how in a second. But the way it works with this story, you post anywhere from 3 to 4 client testimonials. And the last story would say this: if you are ready to achieve, and then list out 3 main things you would love to achieve, then just DM me the word whatever. And the reason why it works is that they look at the results that you bring in for people and they're like, oh my god, I need to sign up ASAP. And I get it, you might be asking, well, how do I do this if I don't have any client testimonials just yet? Well, there are 2 ways to go about it. I personally use both of them and they work like magic. So the first way is to talk about a transformation that happened in your life. You put up pictures of before and after, and the last slide would say, if you are this, who wants to achieve this, then DM me this. And the second way to go about it is by writing a long form copy of you basically just talking about every single pain point that your ideal customer might be facing, why it's best for them to overcome it, how it will benefit their life for overcoming it. And then the last slide would be DM me this to achieve this. And if you take a look, the story that I put out is the exact same one that I am currently talking about. Now, here's the most uncommon way to get more bookings from your stories, and it's very indirect. It's like a cheeky way to go about it. You put up a poll story asking your followers what best describes your current situation, and then just list out 4 big pain points that they might be facing. And whichever answer your audience picks, you hit them up saying, I know how frustrating it can be to go through XYZ. For how long have you been experiencing that? And you keep going about with the conversation, asking them questions to qualify them to see if they're a good prospect, and then you pitch in a call at the end. I usually like to keep the conversation very short, anywhere from 5 to 6 questions max, then I pitch them a call if they are a good fit or if they seem like they're a good fit. But anyway, that's your quick session on how to book more calls through your stories. Now let's see if I got any traction from the stories that I put up.
Okay, so I just checked and we got some pretty good responses. Now all I had to do is try and convince those people to jump on a call with me. So let's see how that goes. And after engaging with a few conversations, the results were pretty nice. We managed to book 3 calls. And now all I have to do is close one of them and we're golden, baby. None of these calls take place today, so I will see you when they do take place.
Morning. It is currently 6 in the morning and I've got a few things that I need to take care of today. I've got 3 coaching calls and 1 sales call.
Despite me having 4 hours worth of calls today, I don't feel like I'm doing enough.
So I thought I should create more content for my business page. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't posted since April 17th, which is totally normal, but I just wanna find new things that keep me occupied throughout my day, so I feel like I'm worth something.
So I began to look for some content ideas to write some down.
It's been about an hour and I found about 4 topics that I can talk about and post. But here's the thing, I actually don't come up with my own original content. I take inspiration from other creators in my niche and I basically reword everything into my wording and I put it out as my own content. Hopefully the ideas that I've been able to find pop up from work.
But I made sure to not copy and paste the same wording from someone else so I don't get called out.
I just finished filming the videos for today, but there's a twist. I've been seeing this new trend of people filming videos like this with either inspirational or some emotional song in the background. So I thought I would take that exact same concept and bring it to my niche.
And now all I have to do is post today's video and hopefully we get some results. But now I had to do my daily check-ins with clients to make sure they're not falling behind on their work and they keep progressing.
Because it's actually very important to hold my clients accountable each and every single day. Because sometimes they could get lazy and they could miss out on some work that they're supposed to get done on the day. And them doing that actually just leads them to fall behind and not have any progress. Which then next thing you know, they're blaming my program for not achieving any results. When in reality, it's just them not putting in the work. And I personally don't want that. With clients, I like to keep communications on WhatsApp because with the type of people that I work with, it will be very hard for me to get them on Slack, and there's absolutely no way I'm gonna let communications be on Instagram because they can get distracted very easily. Their dopamine receptors are absolutely messed up. So WhatsApp honestly just does the job, since also I gave my clients this green light, and as a bonus that none of the coaches that I know or I've ever seen ever do, and it's that they can call me anytime during certain times of the day if they need support or they need help with anything. But now let's prepare for my upcoming coaching call.
I always begin by reviewing the main agenda for today's call while listening to some music that will help me get in the flow state.
Okay, my first coaching call begins in about 10 minutes. I'm fully prepared, but here's the catch. I'm not gonna actually change my setup. I'm gonna stay in the same position as I am. Because I was on a call with a coach yesterday, and he was taking his coaching calls on the couch. So in my head, I'm like, if he can do it, so can I. But I'll tell you what though, it's very early in the morning, and I really wanna sleep. So this positioning does not help whatsoever. But it's fine. 3 hours are gonna pass by, everything is gonna be okay. And I will see you when the calls are done.
Later.
We're done. Despite helping a lot of people today, my mouth feels so dry, which is why I need to understand that this business isn't for everybody. If you cannot communicate properly for a long time, then may as well stay out of it. But gosh, I still have a sales call for today. Hopefully I don't sleep through that one. It's in a few hours, so I'll see you then. And if there's any updates about the video that I put out, I'll let you know.
But I honestly needed to take a nap before the call since no amount of coffee can wake me up whatsoever.
The nap was short, but I feel much more energized now. Like I am ready to go. I don't need coffee, I don't need tea, I need nothing. I just needed to nap.
So now I had to get ready for my upcoming call and make sure my setup is ready.
Script here, call there, and now it's time to collect some money.
Later.
Thank you. We just closed a deal and we're about to change someone else's life. Wandela, if you're watching this, welcome to the program. Now, I have good news and bad news. The good news is we just closed the client. The bad news, we have no calls till June, which is in 2 days. So for week 2, we have collected $2,500. That's it. Honestly, I am not disappointed at all. As long as I'm changing people's lives as I go, then I guess that's the biggest win. Because if you came up to me 3 years ago and you told me, Yusuf, at some point you would be, helping people around and helping them change their lives in exchange for money, I'd be like, dude, you're nuts. Because back then, I never helped myself. I never took care of myself. So imagine me now helping other people and helping them take care of themselves. And that is the biggest responsibility that you can ever take on, which is taking on clients and making sure they keep becoming better versions of themselves, whether if it's in business or in life, it doesn't matter. And the only way you get to celebrate is if you've helped those clients achieve big things. Question now is, did we achieve our goal? Well, we were close. Instead of booking 6 calls, we only booked 3. Instead of closing 2 deals, we only closed 1, which is fine because it is still a win. And all of this just means that I need to do more work. I need to perhaps double my ad spend. I need to put out more content to make sure that I achieve the goals that I set for myself. And just so I don't forget, I feel like I need to give you an update of how the post that I put up today went. Well, it flopped. We got about 3 likes and just over 100 views, which is fine because I only put out that type of format as a test to see if it, my account goes well with it, which clearly it did not. Which also means I'm gonna stick to my old ways of making content, which is 7-second long videos with a trending audio, and that usually does it for my account. Which is a good thing for week 3 because now I just have a bunch of content that I could post. And I already have 2 calls set for the first week of June. And that is it for week 2. I don't know about you, but I personally see it as an absolute win. And if you've watched this far and you've been sticking around for the journey and you want to do exactly what I do, then I truly do recommend you check out the blueprint in my description. And make sure to subscribe to know exactly how week 3 unfolds, because I want you on this journey and I want you to win as well. And in the meantime, I will prepare for week 3 and I will see you then.